right, 17 till the hour here at the Imus program. This portion is brought to you by Cars for Kids. That's Cars for Kids with a K. Although I'm not going to donate my car to some kid to drive.
We know.
Well, they're old enough to. I guess that's not the point, is it?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
it's not funny either, Don.
Well,
donate your car today. It's got a text from Dwight Yoakam,
yep.
who I like a lot. And do you know that Dwight had 6 songs on the Joe Beaver roping playlist?
That's pretty good, 6.
The only person who beat him was Delbert McClinton.
Okay, wow.
Delbert had 9.
Makes sense, the number one.
Including the number 1, kicked it all off, Lone Star Blues.
There you go.
Please welcome to the I'm Swaying program my old friend Carl Jeffers. Good morning, Mr. Jeffers.
Good morning, Don.
How are you?
Here with you. I'm fine, and I must tell you that it's my impression that after this morning, customer service over at your Halleck Cleaners is going to drastically improve.
No,
I can't.
it's not.
I can't imagine it going the other way after what I've been hearing this morning.
No, it's not.
You don't
You know
think so?
why it's not going to?
No, why is that?
Because this has been going on for years.
And you've been blasting them like
Yes.
this morning, and they still haven't responded?
Well, they're okay for a week or two, and then the guy who runs it,
Yeah.
Halleck himself, John Halleck, I believe his name is,
Yeah.
he'll call me.
Okay. Yeah.
And say, well, we're trying to do our best. We're going to do. It's not fair. And well, okay, well, don't charge me $13 a shirt.
Yeah, that's what I was
and
gonna
don't
say.
do what I asked me.
When I heard that, Colin volunteered to run your shirts out to Long Island at
Yes.
$13 a shirt. I'll drop them off for you if you.
So don't send me a bill for the last shirts because I'm not going to pay it.
Okay. Well,
And if you think
sure
I'm going to pay it, then you're going to have to talk to Martin Garbus about paying it.
Yeah.
Okay. I just assumed that most like most retail businesses, when they got that kind of PR this morning, that they would respond. But
No,
maybe not.
They don't care.
Okay. Okay.
So what are you upset about?
Well,
North Korea?
I'm not upset really about North Korea. I don't think North Korea is doing much that's going to ultimately lead to any major problem. I did want to mention though one thing because it's kind of special with you. Yesterday I was over in New Jersey in Hackensack.
Yes.
Where the studio is, because the Dr. K show operates out of there, out of WTNT down in Washington and WVNJ, and
Sure.
I'm their chief political analyst with
Right.
Kevin Wallace and the show. And after we did the in-studio appearance that I do regularly now for them as sort of a kind of a co-host, and we're launching throughout the country, they took me on a little tour of Hackensack, which didn't take long, to have lunch and dinner. And they took me by the Don Imus Cancer Research Wing there at the Hackensack Hospital, the Medical Institute.
Yeah.
And I would just say to our viewers and listeners, it is just so impressive to see that facility and to see your name there, and as a tribute to what you have done over the years to help foster cancer research and everything that comes along with that kind of activity to basically help people. And I was very actually struck and moved by that because of our personal relationship. And I just wanted to take a second to acknowledge that because it was very prominently there. You're at the very top of the building, the Imus Research Center there. So.
It's not that deserved, and I wasn't riding around in a limo looking for people to help, but
Okay.
somebody asked me to. David Juris did, and one thing led to another, and then my wife got involved, and she has her environmental health center over there.
Yes,
So
that's right. Yes.
her name should be on the building, probably not mine. But anyway, so hey, how about this? I heard Hannity screaming last night about this preacher who preached to the president on Easter weekend, going on about some right-wing Republicans.
What he was saying, I'm not sure that in America today there are a lot of people who would be considered to be in the mainstream and up to date with what's happening who would actually disagree with the essence of what he was saying. What he was basically criticizing was anyone. Now, I understand he used the words, I believe, conservative Christians or something like that, or right-wing conservatives.
That would be, yeah.
Yeah, and that may have been inappropriate.
You think?
I think so. I think so. But the idea that he was essentially condemning any kind of prejudice against blacks, minorities, gays, that's today in America.
We're all opposed to that.
Sure. But the president, though, I mean, because the only reason this is really significant is because the president was in attendance, and there's been an effort to try to link this to the president's positions as being wildly radical.
Well, did the president get up and walk out?
No, he did not.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Nor had you or most people
don't tell
in
me
that
what
situation.
I would have. No, please don't come in here and tell me what I would have done.
Okay, you would have.
Because I wouldn't have put up with it. Because I don't put up with nonsense here.
No, well,
so why would I?
Maybe you wouldn't have. But
No, I
maybe,
wouldn't have.
Okay.
No.
But is it your position that the president should have just gotten up at that point and walked out?
Yes, he represents all of us, not just the people who he thinks or the liberals and so on, and people. You know, we all oppose racism
Yes.
in any stripe.
Right. Well, but one thing is, there was clearly no intention on the part of this pastor to convey a message of racism, Don. What he was trying to do was to convey a message to condemn racism.
The White House spokesman, Jay Carney, didn't repudiate it, so.
Yeah, I understand. Carney, I'm not here to defend Jay Carney on this issue. But all I'm saying is that you asked me about the interpretation of what the pastor said.
If I had my knife with me.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute here, Carl.
Well, that's that's about as bad as the one time when I was listening to the show and Bernie McGurk, you guys were talking about taking guests up to the roof and throwing them off. And Bernie McGurk said, well, the first one we're going to throw off will be Carl Jeffers.
No, I don't remember that.
Carl will be talking all the way down.
Who said that? I don't remember that, Bernie. Do you?
Carl Jeffers. Never happened.